Hello everyone, Beautiful Silence Rose here and welcome to Beyond the Veil. With this beautiful, beautiful music. This is an indie horror text-based game. I do not often play horror games, but the artwork got me. And then the music got me even more. Let's start a new game. Because there's a few notes in here before we start that the developers have decided to put in. Love that music. Oh, love this artwork. You are Kara. She's a 20-something California woman down on her luck who has lost her mother, her job, and her apartment. That's not down on your luck, sweetheart. That is almost rock bottom. Kara's had to move back in with her dad, who is retired, to New Orleans. She has no prospects, no drive, no real sense of self or purpose. And I'm wondering if our character, Kara, is suffering from depression. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm no clinician. I'm no therapist. Never will claim to be one. When you play Beyond the Veil, the choices you make will alter Kara's personality. You can see her traits change based on your choices on the character sheet in the pause menu. The demo is just 2 of the 51 chapters of Beyond the Veil. And that's another thing that got me. When I finished reading this list, I had to stop and record it because it's beautiful and 51 chapters. Wow. I love it. I hope they do their best. Enjoy. Well, yeah, I'm sure we will. Let's go. Pause. French Donuts, Chapter 2. So we're going to start on Chapter 2. I like this beautiful artwork. Mwah! Love it. The French Quarter was like part of a city had been ripped out of the 1700s century and plopped down into the modern day. The streets, if you could call them that, were barely wide enough for one car, depending on who you were or where you were. All the buildings were a Spanish style, never more than 3 floors, most with wide balconies and intricate lattice work. Our mansion, though? Now, I've never been to New Orleans, but I have heard the French Quarter is just gorgeous, and I know New Orleans has so much heritage. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever been down to New Orleans or down to obviously French Quarter, but do you live there? Do you work there? Have you ever been there? Let me know. I've seen pictures. I've always wanted to visit. I also want to know how close this is. Let's see. Our mansion, though. I thought it was dull or something about it didn't fit in. And I think this is the mansion. You know, it really kind of doesn't fit in, does it? It stood on a corner, looming in the gray stone and barred windows. Dad parked out the back in what would have been a stable. There was something kind of weird about a California number plate being so close to the antique stone fountain in the courtyard. Let's see, it always freaked me out a little. I prefer things unified, matching, complementary. Yeah. I turned away from the house and walked down Ursuline Street. Oh, listen to that. Oh, beautiful. I yawned. Christ, I hadn't napped like that in forever. I remember Caitlin used to say shit like, "I'll sleep when I'm dead." She used it to lament her own maturity, staying up until 4 a.m. on a Tuesday and pouring herself into her work 3 hours later. I'm I'm a person that stays up till 4 or 5 a.m. if I don't have anything big the next day. But I'm also not the person that's waking up 3 hours later. I'm the person waking up more towards 10 a.m. to 12 noon. So, I cannot stand to Caitlin's views. I am not that kind of person. For me, it resonated, I'm dead, so I shall sleep. I was walking dead after all. I didn't feel alive, or it was melodramatic. Thinking like that just made me feel worse. No, your thoughts are never melodramatic. There's a reason why you have your own thoughts, so I can't walk with that. So I'm gonna go with I was walking dead after all. I didn't feel alive. Beautiful, look at that. I was happy to see the street was quiet, if you could call it a street. The French Quarter felt more like a grid of laneways lined with gutters that were no more than indents on the side of the road. At my back, I could hear music and the drumming hum of human voices echoing from Bourbon Street, and it was the weeknight. Bourbon Street, I've always read New Orleans is a very lively place in certain sections, and Bourbon Street is the area of bars and parties and clubs and things like that. Let's see. I was never going to get used to this, or it was admirable. I think that so many people were managing to have a good time despite social norms. I was happy. That's the way I personally feel a lot of times. It's admirable. Mostly because, well, people are having a good time, social norms, and so many things that they're hiding behind them, things that in life that is happening to them. Yeah, I'm happy for them. I rounded a corner and looked about. I thought the cafe was supposed to be just here. A group of drunks were huddled nearby, swapping cigarettes and drink from a bottle. Now, I'm not looking at our breakdown yet on purpose. I want to play this quite purely as I can. It was weird to see no paper bag. In Louisiana, you are allowed to drink in public. Well, yeah. I must have contemplated directions for just a bit too long when one of them yelled out to me, "You lost?" Let's see, I'm looking for Chef du Monde, or just ignore them, get out your phone and pretend you didn't hear. Now personally, I have social anxiety, so I would probably do this. But, let's say, hey. He was a tubby guy in shorts and a trilby hat, a dirty goatee hung from his chin, riddled with beads. Just down there, he pointed diagonally across the street, just past the French market. Nice guy. The market was a long stretch of little stalls, with streams of people swimming between them. A little further on, I could see a long green building that looked busy as hell. I forced a smile. Thanks for your help, or I nod. Cool. Turning away, I didn't want to get chatty. This would be... yeah, let's do this. I nodded. Cool. Well, now, let's thank him for the help, though I hate to say he's probably gonna talk more to us. Hey, no problem, he said, grinning. You smoke? I shook my head. No, sorry. Why'd you sorry? He said. I shrugged. I thought you were gonna offer me one or something. Don't have to be sorry for not wanting to live, you know. He took a swig of drink and smiled at me. I wasn't sure what to say, so I nodded. Anyway, thanks again, take care, or wow, imagine actually wanting to live. Thanks. That would actually floor me, so I don't think I would know what to say. I start towards the cafe when they call after me again. Hey, wait a second! The voice was different. I looked back. Oh, it's a female! She was hid behind the tubby guy sitting on the sidewalk, dark hair tied back, a bandana, and a baggy white tank top. Wow. She smiled at me. She started. Yeah? She smiled. You're new here, Sherry? Yeah. You kicking it in the quarter? Do I live here? Yeah. Where? I hesitated. Royal Street? I would laugh. Why? She frowns. Just trying to help you. People suck so much. I turn away and start walking, wandering straight back home. Hey, wait! She called after me, dancing out from between her drunken friends to follow. What? I said, continuing on my way. Sorry, I didn't mean to creep you out. I shook my head. You didn't, that's fine. Okay, what sort of accent is that? Just an accent, she said. Okay. She smirked, seemingly amused by my rigidness. I messed her. Kara, I quickened my pace. You can relax, seriously. Let's see. I paused, slowing down a little. Sorry, I'm not used to strangers talking to me. I kept walking. Sorry, I'm not used to I am very used to strangers talking to me, and it scares the crap out of me. I have social anxiety, so oof. Ain't nobody a stranger here. Not if you live in the quarters, Esther said. Let me walk you where you're going. I glanced at her and smiled. She had pretty eyes and lips were dark and curled. Why? I said. I hate for you to come by the wrong gutter punks. Wait, what gutter what? Gutter punks, she said. Like those guys back there. You mean homeless drunks? She laughs. No, gutter punks. Once a vagabond life. They're the kind of folks who'll ask for $1 and then take out their phone and complain about you on Facebook when you don't give them one. Oh, wow. Why the hell would you want to live like that? Esther shrugs. New Orleans calls to people. Some folks just want to be her children, even if they weren't born here. I've actually heard that from a friend who served in the military, and I lost track of him regretfully. But he said he had visited New Orleans and said that it's just a place of open and children. And he wasn't meeting kids' children. He was meeting parties and everything. It drove him. He hated it. That's why he would never live there, is what he said. But he loved the culture. I haven't seen him in forever. I haven't thought about that. Anyway, let's see. So you're a gutter punk then? Or I roll my eyes. Why do you talk about the city like it's a person? Well, so why do you roll your... yeah. Because New Orleans is part of who I am, she says. I'm Creole, after all. Oh, Creole! Creole is... I'm gonna have to look that one up, because I think it means one thing, but I'm not sure if I'm correct. What's that? Oh, New Orleans native, she says. She grins. And we cooking like you wouldn't believe. She turned a corner, walking towards Cardinal Street. Now, that's funny. Is being this nice to strangers a Creole thing too, or I'm a shit cook? I actually going to buy my dad some beignets because he messes up. Let's She laughed. No, I told you, Sherry, we gotta look her up for each other. I glanced at her again. She was smiling, still pretty eyes still fixed on me. Why are you worried for me? You wouldn't believe me. What makes you say that? Or it's because I'm not one of the New Orleans children? What makes you say that? You're still new here, she said. You don't think like us yet. You mean outside of drinking in the street and pretending to be homeless, right? She laughs. Oui. And how do New Orleans kids think then? We're superstitious. That is very true. New Orleans is a very superstitious place. I grinned. Like you're scared of black cats, or you're mainlining the secret truth of the universe. Oh, I know. I saw a movie where Kate Hudson got turned into an old woman with voodoo magic. A beat. Spoilers, sorry. Let's get this way. I don't know what movie that's talking about. She kept on smiling, took a cigarette out of her pocket. That's what I mean, she lit it. You wouldn't believe me. Cafe Du Monde appeared ahead. I could smell the coffee mixing with the sugary scent of donuts. I stopped and turned to Esther. So you're worried for me, but you won't tell me why. And you won't tell me why because I won't believe you. And I won't believe you because you're superstitious? She blew smoke from the corner of her mouth and looked at me. Yeah, you wouldn't understand. I wouldn't. She eyes me. Would you like to? I pause thinking. I live here now, right? Why wouldn't I want to understand? Or I smile. I really don't go for superstitions. If it's not in a cage and I can't poke it with a stick, it doesn't exist. Wow! I am not... I don't have that... Well, maybe I do have superstitions. I'm not sure. I probably do. I can't say I don't have any. I just probably have some that I don't really think about. Let's see. She shrugs. Some things are hard to understand, but I like you, so I think we should try. I smirk. And how are you going to do that? Meet me tomorrow evening and I'll show you. Rampart Street? To the inside of my lip. Way to make friends? Sure, I have plans. You know what? Let's try. She grins, taking another drag. 6:30, okay? Works for me. Esther blew smoke into the air and ashed her cigarette. I'll see you then, but I should get back to my boys for now. It was nice meeting you. Same, I smile. Esther begins to walk away. Hey, we should exchange numbers. I don't have a phone, she called over her shoulder. And you enjoy your beignets. I seem to have an aura of confidence that I didn't understand. I might have been beat it. Where people in Los Angeles didn't talk like that. It was refreshing. Already Esther seems more genuine than anyone I know for a long time. Or Nulo, agreeing to spend the night with some gutter punks I just met. How freaking... Nah. Let's try and be a little positive. She seemed to have order of confidence I didn't... Yeah, I shake on confidence. I don't have it. The beignets were cheap and delicious. I kept 2 for Dad, and I did my best not to eat them as I wandered back home.
The city was thrumming as I went.
Whoa.
Beating like the heart of a primal beast. But it wasn't in time with mine. Not yet.
You haven't lived there long enough, I guess, lady. I suppose I had to decide if I wanted to let it in. If I wanted to become like these people. The street performers, the gutter punks, the people like Esther. I had to decide if I wanted to believe. It's true. Let's take a look here. Belief 2, honesty 1, jealousy 0, happiness -1, and empathy 0. Interesting. Now, I said I wasn't gonna look, but hell, why not? I closed my eyes and dreamt of waves and beaches, the smell of suntan lotion and cold beer. It began to rain and everyone but me ran away back to the city. I should have ran from my bed then, ran from that house. I should have ran into the night and never looked back, but I didn't. I didn't think to. Why would I? The nightmares hadn't started yet. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay, chapter 3. About my father. The second chapter that we are available of. This has got me intrigued. Wow. So I wasn't far from it, so let's go. The hell?
I woke in the night to Dad knocking on my bedroom door.
That's not knocking, that's banging. I was half asleep, eyes barely lidded. I wanted to mutter something about how his night was, but I was too sleepy. He knocked again. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I went back to sleep and he finally walked away. Oh, that can't be good. Morning came suddenly and I rolled over and yawned, wide awake, and the sunlight splayed on my face from the window. I could smell bacon, and I was more hungry than I had been in forever. I stretched, ran a hand through my hair, and crawled out of bed. Let's see. Bathroom, open the door. Fuck, I need to use the bathroom. That's me in the middle of the night. Well, in the middle of my sleep time. Let's look to the window and look outside. God, already people wandering the streets. It was only just after 9 and the sun was belting down. Yeah, that's New Orleans. I turned and looked at my suitcase, as well as a small pool of sheets on the ground. It had been so hot I kicked all the blankets off of me at night and they were clumped at the foot of the bed. That's me too. I heaved them back onto the bed and walked to my door. It was slightly open. No wonder I could hear sizzling from downstairs. Let's see. Can't wait to eat some eggs or... Let's go to the bathroom. Bathroom. It was just down the hall and I had it all to myself. Dad had an ensuite in the master bedroom anyway. So, an additional bathroom. I wasn't a fan of the tiles. The weird, muted pink that looked like it had been installed sometime in the 80s. The toilet, bathtub, and sink are all matched. I didn't even pack my shit into my medicine cabinet yet. I sat down on the toilet and peed, listening to the sounds of the bustling people that drifted through the window. I didn't need to know that much detail. Let's take a shower. I pulled the faded t-shirt over my head and turned on the shower. Oh. My hair felt gross, and it had crusty shit in my eyes I didn't notice. I waited a moment and stepped under the water. It was warm, refreshing. The decor may look like an 80s motel, but the shower was a dream. Water flow was perfect. It was like the Ritz. Dad knocked on the door. I'll be done in a minute. A few minutes later, I turned off the taps and dried off. I scooped up my dirty clothes and wrapped the towel around me and dashed back to my room to get changed. I could hear people outside again. Never any track noises, which I guess was okay. I remember when I was a kid, I went with my mom on one of her business trips to New York, and, well, pretty much all I remember is car horns. Well, the cities of New York are pretty busy. I really fucking miss her, or I smiled. That was a night. Let's try and remember the good things. She's already having a hard enough time. It hasn't been long, really, since she died, but I found myself thinking about her less. I wonder if it was easier for me because I was young. So many things left to see and experience. Sure, I was still sad she was gone, but each day things got a little easier. I'm going to make a comment here. Everybody deals with loss and trauma their own way. Some people it takes a few days, a few weeks, a few months, a few years. For some people it never really works. Just keep that in mind if you talk to others that have had loss or such, because you really can't measure, because just because it may be a person or an animal, there are other things behind it that they are mourning of, and connected to, so try to keep that in mind. A person doesn't have to be dead to be lost. I combed out my hair and got dressed. My makeup bag was at the bottom of my suitcase, I think. Fuck it, or I always found doing my makeup pathetic. I don't wear makeup at all. I can't stand it. Well, let me rephrase that. I wear it during Halloween. But that's the only time. I think the last time I wore makeup might have been my wedding to Raven. I just realized that. I can't remember the last time I actually wore makeup. F it. I got off my bed and wandered downstairs. Dad was dishing up some very sad-looking bacon and eggs. Hey, morning, kiddo. Hey, Dad, you cooked? I sat on one of the stools in the kitchen island. Yep. You want ketchup? He asked, snatching up a bottle. Mom always had ketchup on her eggs. Let's see. No, thanks, salt. Just the salt if you could. Yeah. Actually, I don't mind ketchup on the eggs at times. It's about the only thing I do put ketchup on. he squirted ketchup onto the edge and slid them across to me. So I thought that maybe you'd like to come on the boat tour with me today. I reached forward and took the salt from where it sat next to the pepper. Go on a what? A boat tour. He held a grin. Oh, our empathy's too high. So this is nice to know. So, okay, let's take a look here. Our empathy's too high? It's a 0. But okay. At least honesty, or at least our happiness gone up a little bit. So it might be a sneeze, but it's better than earlier, I guess. Salting my eggs. A boat tour, huh? Or I blinked. A boat tour? Dad's trying. He smiled. Yeah, you know, a boat tour. Where did you get that idea to go on a boat tour? Well, I got talking to this feller at Ruse's earlier. The supermarket? I said. Yeah, he told me about a boat tour, and, you know, I thought it might be nice for the two of us to do something together. Aw, that's sweet. Yeah, let's go. Oh good, you're gonna love it, he smiles wide, sat down opposite of me and looked down at his plate. For a moment he looked lost, then looked up at me again. I didn't get cutlery, did I? I laughed, shaking my head. No, you didn't. Gosh darn it! He stood again, start searching the drawers. Haven't quite memorized where everything is. So what's the boat tour about? I'll take about 5 miles down the river to the site of the Battle of New Orleans. Ooh. Let's see. I was never super into history. I'm not into history either. But I can't help it to be nice because he's trying. He seriously is trying. Let's see. So, oh cool. I picked up some bacon with my fingers. When is it? Well, it starts at 11 and we're due back at 3. Dad sat down, passing me the fork. So, they'll have lunch on the boat? Ya betcha! I smiled. Sounds like fun. It looks like a nice day on the water. Shrugged, it seemed important to Dad. Could probably stick for a few hours. Grind my teeth. I don't know, Dad. I think I might just hang out at home. No, let's not hang out at home. He is seriously trying. I mean, you don't have to oblige him. That's just how I think. Let's see. Smile and say, sounds fun. Looks like a nice day to get out on the water. A beautiful day. Each one is better than the last. Dad grinned and started eating. I decided not to remind him about the hurricanes or the flooding. We ate and chatted idly about the night. About this night. Turns out he had a fun time. I was glad for that. When do you want to leave? Oh, it was her. When do you want to leave? I said. Dad checked his watch. A few minutes, if you're ready. Yep, say the word, I'll get my shoes on. Whenever you want. You know, come to think it. Let's not. Let's do, yep, say the word and we'll get the shoes on. I want her to try, you know. She may feel like aww. It dropped there. Damn. This is really cool. I played the character as, yes, she is down, she is horrible, but at least she had someone that she could go to, and that someone is her father, and her father really seemed to seriously want to give her a boost and cheer her up and spend time with her. So, well, that's the way I played it. Thank you for playing through the demo. It's early parts of a large story. If you enjoy your experience, wish list on Steam, which I am going to put the link down below for Beyond the Veil connected to Steam for this. And, well, I'm telling all you guys, so I guess I'm telling my friends, huh? And remember, when you visit a strange town, always sleep with the lights on. Excuse me? I can't sleep with any light on. Good night. Oh, that's really bad because I'm recording this very late at night. That's creepy. That got me. That gave me chills. Well, as always, let me know down in the comments. Have you been to New Orleans? Have you visited or anything? I would love to know your view on it. And I know it's a place that has huge, huge history. And it's true. A lot of superstitions, a lot of things are down there. But as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will see you all, hopefully, in the next video. Bye-bye. Ooh, this music is rocking. Beautiful. Love it.